wabarakatuh and good evening to everyone. My name is Muhammad Imran Hakim bin Muhammad Kata. My ID number is TK25051. And today I will be presenting about project management. I will explain the complete project management life cycle, including the five main phases, which is initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and lastly, closure. I will also discuss why project management is important and how it contributes to successful project completion. In this slide, we can see how the project management fundamentals works at a glance. At a glance. Before discussing the project management life cycle, let's first understand what project management actually means. Project management is the process of planning, organizing, executing, monitoring, and controlling a project to achieve its objective successfully. It involves applying knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to ensure the project is completed efficiently. A successful project manager must manage several important aspects, including the project scope, time, cost, quality, available resources, and potential risks. Today, project management is widely applied in many industries, such as engineering, construction, manufacturing, information technology, and business, because it helps organizations deliver projects on time, within budget, and according to customer expectations. Now, let's look at the main objective of project management. The primary objective is to complete the project within the approved budget while meeting the planned schedule. At the same time, the final product must satisfy the required quality standards and meet customer expectations. To achieve this objective, project managers must balance several project constraints. The first is scope, which defines what work must be completed. The second is time, which refers to the project deadline. The third is cost, which represents the available budget. The fourth is quality, which is ensuring the deliverables meet the required standards. Next are resources, including people, equipment, and materials needed for the project. Finally, risk, which is refers to uncertainties that could affect the project success. Managing these constraints effectively is one of the biggest responsibilities of a project manager. Here we can see project management triangle, which is scope, time, and cost. These three constraints are interdependent. A change in one constraint will affect one or both of the others. Here this slide introduces the project management life cycle. Every successful project follows five major phases. The first phase is initiation, where the project idea is evaluated and approved. Next is planning, where the project scope, schedule, budget, resources, and risks are carefully planned. The third phase is execution, where the project team carries out all planned activities. After that, after that comes monitoring and controlling, where project performance is continuously monitored and corrective actions are taken whenever necessary. Finally, the project reached the closure phase, where all activities are completed, deliverables are handed over, and lessons learned are documented. Together, these five phases provide a structured approach that improve the likelihood of project success. Now we move to the first phase of the project management life cycle, which is initiation. So, what is project initiation? Project initiation is the first and one of the most important phases in project management. Its purpose is to evaluate whether a project should move forward. During this phase, project managers work closely with stakeholders to understand the business needs, define project objectives, estimate the required resources, and identify possible risks. Several important documents are produced during this stage. This includes the business case, which explains why the project is needed. Next is the feasibility study evaluates whether the project is practical. The stakeholder register identifies everyone involved in the project. The project charter officially authorizes the project. And finally, the initial risk assessment identifies possible risks before work begins. These documents ensure everyone has the same understanding before moving into the planning phase. We will identify business needs and objectives. Every project begins with a problem, opportunity, or organizational need. The purpose of this step is to clearly define why the project is necessary and what benefits it will provide. The activities we will do in this phase is identify organizational problems, determine opportunities for improvement, analyze customer requirements, define project goals and expected outcomes, and align project with strategic objectives. In this example, the proposed project is an IoT-based vehicle health monitoring system. The main problem is that many vehicle owners fail to detect engine faults yearly, resulting in expensive repairs and unexpected breakdowns. To solve this problem, the project objective is to develop an IoT-based monitoring system that continuously checks the condition of the vehicle in real time. Whenever a fault is detected, the system immediately alerts the user so that maintenance can be performed before serious damage occurs. This clearly shows how the identifying the business need helps define meaningful project objective. After identifying the business need, the next step is conducting a feasibility study. A feasibility study determines whether the project can realistically be completed with the available technology, budget, and time. There are four main types of feasibility. The first is technical feasibility, which asks whether the required technology already exists or can be developed. The second is economic feasibility, which compares the expected benefits with the total project cost. The third is operational feasibility, which evaluates whether users and stakeholders will accept and use the proposed solution. Finally, schedule feasibility determines whether the project can be completed within the required deadline. Only when all four areas show positive results should the project continue. Considered feasible, the next step is identifying the stakeholders. Stakeholders are individuals or organizations that are involved in or affected by the project. Internal stakeholders include the project manager, project team, and organizational management. External stakeholders include customers, suppliers, and investors. After identifying the stakeholders, the project manager prepares the project charter. The project charter is an official document that formally authorizes the project. It includes the project name, objective, scope, budget, stakeholders, major risks, and approval signature. Without a proper project charter, the project does not officially begin. To summarize, the initiation phase provides the foundation for the entire project. During this phase, we identify the business need, define the project objective, evaluate feasibility, identify stakeholders, and prepare the project charter. Completing these activities reduces uncertainty and ensures that everyone shares the same understanding before resources are committed. A successful initiation phase greatly increases the chance of achieving a successful project outcomes. Now that the project has been approved during the initiation phase, we move to the second phase, which is planning. Planning is considered one of the most critical phases because it creates the roadmap for the entire project. During this stage, the project manager determines what needs to be done, who will perform each task, when the work should be completed, and what resources are required. The main objective of planning are to define the project scope, prepare a realistic schedule, estimate the project budget, allocate resources efficiently, identify possible risks, and establish communication and quality management plans. The key output of this phase include the project management plan, work breakdown structure or what we call WBS, project schedule, budget estimates, risk management plan, and communication plan. A well-prepared plan will helps reduce the uncertainty and improve the chance of project success. The first step in the planning phase is defining the project scope. The project scope clearly explains what work will be included in the project and what work is outside the project boundaries. Having a well-defined scope helps prevent scope creep, which occurs when additional work is added without proper approval. The scope normally includes the project objective, deliverables, major tasks, project boundaries, and acceptance criteria. After defining the scope, the project is divided into smaller tasks using a work breakdown structure or what we call WBS. The WBS makes large projects easier to manage because every task becomes more organized and manageable. It also helps assign responsibilities, estimate project costs more accurately, monitor progress, and ensure that no important activities are overlooked. Once the project tasks have been identified, the next step is scheduling. Project scheduling determines when each activity should begin and finish while ensuring that all tasks follow the correct sequence. Several tools can be used for scheduling, including the Gantt chart, network diagram, critical path method, and milestone chart. The example shown on this slide is a Gantt chart, which visually displays project activities along a timeline. It, it helps the project manager monitor progress and identify whether the project is on schedule. At the same time, resource planning ensures that all required resources are available throughout the project. These resources include the project manager, project team members, hardware components, software tools, project budget, and sufficient time to complete each activity. Besides scheduling, the planning phase also includes budget planning, risk planning, and communication planning. Budget planning estimates at all costs required to complete the project successfully. These costs include hardware, software, equipment, labor, and contingency funds for unexpected situations. Next is risk planning. Every project has uncertainties, such as technical failures, resource shortage, budget overruns, requirement change, or schedule delays. Identifying these risks early allows the project team to prepare suitable mitigation strategies. Finally, communication planning ensures that project information is shared effectively among all stakeholders. Communication methods may include weekly meetings, progress reports, email updates, and online collaboration tools. Good communication keeps everyone informed and helps prevent misunderstanding throughout the project. To summarize, the planning phase provides a clear roadmap before project execution begins. A detailed project scope ensures everyone understands what needs to be accomplished. The work breakdown structure simplifies task management, while scheduling keeps the project on track. Budget planning controls project costs, risk management minimizes uncertainties, and communication planning ensures stakeholders remain informed. Overall, careful planning greatly increases the likelihood of completing the project on time, within budget, and according to the required quality standards. After careful planning, the project enters the third phase, known as execution. Is the execution phase. The execution phase is the stage where all the plans are put into action. During execution, the project team performs the planned activities, use the allocated resources, and produce the project deliverables. The project manager plays an important role by coordinating team members, monitoring daily activities, solving problems, and ensuring that all work follows the approved project plan. In simple terms, this phase transforms planning into actual results. First step during execution is performing the planned project activities. The project team follows the work breakdown structure and project schedule to complete every assigned task. As work progress, project deliverables are produced according to the project requirements. Daily progress is monitored to ensure activities remain on schedule, while any technical or operational issues are resolved as quickly as possible. Close coordination among team members is essential because delays in one activity can affect the overall project timeline. Here we can see example of purple project activities which is IoT-based vehicle health monitoring system. The first step is hardware assembly, which is ESP32 sensors and wiring. Then we do programming and coding of microcontroller. Next, we do cloud database. After that, we do mobile application development, and finally, system testing and initial verification. The next step of execution phase is manage project team and resources. A successful project depends not only on good planning but also an effective team and resource management. The project manager assigns tasks based on each team member's skills and expertise, monitors individual performance, encourages teamwork, and provides guidance whenever necessary. Conflicts or problems within the team should also be resolved quickly to maintain productivity. At the same time, project resources must be managed carefully. This includes human resources, physical resources such as equipment, software resources, and financial resources. Proper resource management ensures that the project has everything needed to achieve its objective without unnecessary delays or extra costs. The final part of the execution phase focuses on quality assurance and communication management. Quality assurance ensures that every project deliverable meets the required specification and quality standards. This is achieved through inspections, testing, system verification, correcting defects, and maintaining complete project documentation. Communication management is equally important. Project manager conducts regular meetings, share progress updates with stakeholders, report project issues promptly, updates documentation regularly, and use online collaboration tools to improve communication. Together, quality assurance and effective communication help ensure that the project is completed successfully and meets stakeholder expectations. Here we can see how the continuous communication and feedback is progressing. First is from team members to the project manager, and lastly, from manager to stakeholders. To summarize the execution phase, this is where the project plan is transformed into actual work and deliverables. The project team carries out all planned activities while the project manager coordinates tasks, manages resources, and monitors daily progress. During execution, teamwork, communication, and quality assurance are essential to ensure that the project meets its objective. Any technical or operational issues should be resolved quickly to prevent delays. Overall, the execution phase is where the project begins producing tangible results and move closer to achieving its final goal. After project activities are underway, the next phase is monitoring and controlling. This phase takes place throughout the execution process. Its purpose is to monitor project performance, identify any deviations from the original plan, and take corrective actions whenever necessary. Monitoring and controlling helps ensure that the project remains on schedule, stays within budget, maintains the required quality standards, and continues to meet stakeholder expectations. Without effective monitoring, even a well-planned project can experience delays, cost overruns, and or quality problems. So, what is monitoring and controlling? The monitoring and controlling phase is the process of tracking, reviewing, and regulating project performance. It ensures that the project progresses according to the project management plan and that any deviations are identified and corrected promptly. The main objectives of this phase are to compare actual progress against the project plan, control change to project scope, schedule, and cost, monitor project quality, identify new risks, and keep stakeholders informed through regular updates. Several important documents are produced during this phase, including performance reports, updated risk register, change requests, corrective and preventive action reports, updated project schedules, and project status reports. These documents help project managers make informed decisions and keep the project moving in the right direction. Step in monitoring and controlling is monitoring project performance. Project managers regularly compare the actual progress with the original project schedule to determine whether the project is on track. Performance is measured using key performance indicators or KPIs. There are five main areas that are monitored. The first is scope work, which is to ensure all planned work is completed. The second is time, to check whether the project is following the schedule. The third is cost, to confirm that spending remains within the approved budget. The fourth is quality, to verify the deliverables meets the required standards. Finally, resources. Resources are monitored to ensure people, equipment, and materials are being used efficiently. Regular monitoring allows problems to be detected early before they become major issues. Careful planning, unexpected problems may occur during a project. When this happens, the project manager must take corrective or preventive actions. Corrective actions are used to solve existing problems. Examples include reallocating team members, adjusting the project schedule, increasing testing activities, solving technical issues, and improving communication among team members. Preventive actions are designed to avoid future problems. This includes conducting regular progress reviews, continuously monitoring project risks, providing additional training, improving planning for upcoming activities, and reviewing project quality before final delivery. By taking these actions, project managers help keep the project on track and minimize future risks. The slide highlights three important monitoring activities. The first is risk monitoring. The project team continuously tracks identified risks, evaluates whether existing risk responses are effective, identifies any new risks, and regularly updates the risk register. The second activity is quality control. This involves inspecting project deliverables, conducting testing and validation, verifying compliance with project requirements, correcting defects, and maintaining proper quality documentation. The third activity is communication monitoring. Regular meetings are conducted, progress reports are shared with stakeholders, feedback is collected, project decisions are documented, and communications remains clear and timely throughout the project. Together, these three activities help maintain project quality, reduce uncertainty, and ensure stakeholders remain informed. To summarize the monitoring and controlling phase, its purpose is to ensure the project stays aligned with the original plan. Throughout this phase, project performance is continuously monitored, problems and risks are identified yearly, and corrective actions are implemented whenever necessary. Quality standards are maintained, project changes are properly managed, and stakeholders receive regular updates about project progress. Several tools support this phase, including Gantt charts, project dashboards, performance reports, and value analysis or EVA, risk register, issue logs, checklists, and progress meetings. Overall, the effective monitoring and controlling greatly improve the likelihood of delivering a successful project on time, within budget and according to the required quality standards. Now we have reached the final phase of the project management life cycle, which is closure. Closure is the stage where the project is officially completed. During this phase, all project activities are finalized, the completed deliverables are handed over to the stakeholders, and formal approval is obtained. Besides completing the project, this phase also focuses on evaluating the overall project performance and documenting lessons learned. These lessons help organizations improve the management of future projects. The key output of this phase include the final project deliverable, project completion report, stakeholder acceptance, final documentation, and the lessons learned report. There are four major activities carried out during project closure. The first is final deliverables. The project team verifies that every project requirement has been completed, conducts final inspections and testing, delivers the completed product to the stakeholders, and submits all technical documentation and user manuals. The second activity is administrative closure. This includes completing all the remaining documentation, archiving project files, closing financial accounts and contracts, and releasing project resources and team members. The third activity is project evaluation. Here, the team compares the actual project results with the original objective, evaluates project performance, measures customer satisfaction, and identifies both strengths and weaknesses. Finally, the team documents the lesson learned. Successful practices are recorded, challenges are identified, recommendations are prepared, and valuable knowledge is shared to improve future projects. This slide summarizes the closure phase. A successful project closure means that the project has been completed according to its planned scope, schedule, budget, and quality requirements. The final deliverables have been accepted by the stakeholders, all documentation has been completed, project resources have been released, and important lessons have been recorded. Project closure is important because it officially confirms that the project has ended, ensures contractual obligations have been fulfilled, and provides valuable experience for future projects. In other words, closure is not simply about finishing the work. It is about ensuring the project is completed professionally and successfully. Infographic illustrates the complete closure process in a very simple visual format. The process begins with final deliverables where the completed product is tested, verified, and officially handed over to the customer. The next step is administrative closure, which involves completing documentation, archiving project records, closing contracts, and releasing project resources. After that comes project evaluation, where the team reviews whether the project achieved its objective, stayed within budget, met the schedule, and satisfied the customer. Finally, the project ends with lessons learned. During this step, the team records successfully practice, identifies problems encountered during the project, and recommends improvement for future projects. Overall, this infographic shows that project closure is a structured process that ensures every aspect of the project has been completed properly before the project is officially closed. Now we are at the final part of this presentation, which is conclusion. Now let's summarize the entire project management life cycle. Project management is a structured approach that guides a project from the initial idea until its successful completion. The first phase, initiation, defines the project goals, feasibility, and stakeholders. The second phase, planning, develops the project scope, schedule, budget, resource allocation, and risk management plan. The third phase, execution, carries out all planned activities and produces the project deliverables. The fourth phase, monitoring and controlling, which is tracks project performance, manage risk, and controls project change. Finally, the fifth phase and the final is closure, completes the project, obtains stakeholder approval, and documents lessons learned. Each phase supports the next one, making project management a continuous and systematic process. Highlights why project management is important for organizations. Project management provides a clear framework that helps teams achieve project objectives efficiently. It improves planning, decision-making, communication, and resource utilization while ensuring projects remain within budget and on schedule. It also helps organizations identify risks early, maintain quality standards, and improve collaboration among stakeholders. As a result, organizations experience better project coordination, fewer delays, lower costs, improved product quality, higher customer satisfaction, and continuous improvement through lessons learned from previous projects. These benefits make project management as an essential practice in engineering and many other industries. In conclusion, project management is an essential discipline that enables organizations to complete projects successfully while balancing scope, time, cost, quality, resources, and risk. By following the five project management phases, which is initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closure, organizations can manage projects more effectively, reduce uncertainty, improve teamwork, and consistently deliver high-quality results. For engineering projects especially, effective project management ensures that customer requirements are met while maximizing productivity and minimizing project risks. I would like to end my presentation with this important message. Successful projects are not achieved by chance. They are achieved through effective planning, teamwork, continuous monitoring, and strong project management practice. Okay, that's all from this presentation. Thank you. This final infographic, the entire project management process works as one continuous cycle. Every phase is connected, starting from initiation, where the project idea is identified and approved, followed by planning, where the project scope, schedule, budget, and resources are carefully prepared. Next comes execution, where the project team carries out the planned activities, while monitoring and controlling ensures the project remains on track by managing performance, risk, quality, and change. Finally, the project reached the closure phase, where all deliverables are completed, stakeholder approval is obtained, and valuable lessons learned are documented for future improvement. This infographic reminds us that success does not depend on only one phase. Instead, it comes from managing every phase effectively and ensuring they work together to achieve the project objective. With that, I have reached the end of my presentation. Finally, I would like to show the reference that were used in preparing this presentation. This is my presentation on project management. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I hope this presentation has provided a clear understanding of the project management life cycle and its importance in delivering successful projects.